All right, Hastings, good morning. It's Tuesday, February 10th. Let's get right into your daily explainer and see what's in store for us.
Yeah, you know this feeling, right? That is classic Hastings weather. It's the kind of day that just makes you want to grab a coffee and take a look out over the river. So let's talk about what it actually feels like out there this morning. It's one of those days that feels absolutely perfect for a hot drink, maybe a little stroll down by Levee Park just to take in that crisp view over the Mississippi. Okay, so as you're heading out the door, here's the deal. The day is starting out overcast, we're sitting in the mid-30s, and yeah, you're gonna feel that noticeable northwest breeze for sure. So let's get into the specifics, right? What do all those feelings translate to in actual numbers? Let's break down the key details you need to know straight from the National Weather Service. First up, the high temperature. Don't expect a big warm up today. We're going to be hovering right around 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, consistently chilly is the name of the game. And then for tonight, well, as the clouds start to loosen up a little bit, that temperature is going to drop. We're looking at a low right around 20 degrees. Okay, but the real story today, I think, is the wind. It's coming out of the northwest, pretty steady at 10 to 15 miles per hour, but we could see gusts hitting up to 16. You will absolutely feel that, especially if you're walking across the ridge. And that brings us to the wind chill, which is so important. That wind is going to make the air feel like it's 30 degrees early on. So even if the thermometer says mid-30s, trust me, it's going to feel a bit colder than that. So what's the plan? How do you tackle a day like this? Well, you already know the answer. Layers. A wind-friendly outer jacket is absolutely key. And hey, if you're down by the river, you're going to want some gloves. It really is a perfect day for a quick walk, just keep it short. This really sums it all up perfectly. High near 34, breezy from the northwest, aka winter's polite way of reminding Hastings it still owns the calendar. I mean, how true is that? Just when we start dreaming of spring. Okay, so now that we're dressed for the day, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's take a look back in time and see what makes this particular date, February 10th, so interesting. And what a mix of events. You've got local Minnesota history from 1922 with the renaming of the Intercounty Press over in Winona County. Then, on a global stage, 1927 marks the birth of the legendary opera soprano Leontine Price. And then you jump to 1967, a huge moment in U.S. history. The 25th Amendment, all about presidential succession, gets ratified. It just goes to show you, history happens everywhere, all at once. All right, so let's wrap this up. What's the main takeaway for your day? Let's get right to it. Just remember, the weather can change in a hurry. With that wind being such a big part of the story today, it's always a good idea to double check for any official updates before you head out. Just in case. And hey, we do this for all of us here in Hastings, so if you found this helpful, maybe share it with a neighbor. Let's keep everyone in the loop. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. We've talked about what made this date memorable in history, but what about today? What's going to make this February 10th a day to remember right here in Hastings? Go out there and have a great one.